Can you hear me now? Anybody hear me now? Maybe? Maybe not. Anybody? All right. Listen, we're 93% done. I wasted 7 minutes of this stream. We had issue. I had issues with Google Chrome. You can only run StreamYard through Google Chrome. That is a big issue I didn't know about. Had to download Google Chrome again. We are also dealing with the game film was wiped out from my hard drive when I was clearing space. So unfortunately, I had to re-download all the game film. I started at 7:45. I was in a panic mode. I was sweating. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It looks like everyone's checking in. They can hear me now. I'm pumped about this because this is a subscriber-only video share. You guys will get this days ahead. I'll post it to YouTube maybe like Friday for the mass public, but you guys are the only ones that can get questions answered or have conversations. This is collaborative, man. I don't want this to be just me blabbering at you. I want you to ask questions and have discourse back and forth. And I think we can do that here. I want to make it just for OBR family. And then, like I said, we'll release it days later. But for the most part, I want to keep it kind of tight and private. And I think that makes it a cool little group for us. So if you cannot hear me at any point or you cannot see the screen or something goes crazy, just drop a comment. Hopefully everything works out here. We have a couple seconds there just 4 more percentage bars here as it eats up all of the available space on my MacBook. Haven't even been able to download the new software. Listen, I was going through battery nightmare a couple weeks ago. I had to ship it off to Apple. It took a whole week to get back, get back to me. So pumped we can all get in here. All right. Typing in. Let's do this. All right, so 97%, a meager 3 percentage dots from being able to start and talk about this game. Let's pull up first Baker's stats, talk about how he handled the game. He graded out the 79.6 or 0.8 from Pro Football Focus. I think his 3rd highest game of the year, so pretty solid. We all know about the misses. We're going to talk about them. On the day, Baker goes 19 of 29, 258, 2 touchdowns, a 116. We'll jumbo the screen here in just a minute, my friend. A 116 grade, 116.7 rating. So that was good to see. Much improved all around passing game. So let's get rolling here. We're going to start in just a second. So 99%, we're almost there. We'll get this thing flipped over and saved onto a hard drive so that we can have some space to work with here. We will max the application in just a second, 1 single second away from having it done. There it is. So now we can pull this thing up. Baker against the Jags. We'll get it on the correct screen. Hopefully, can you all see it? If you can see it, let me know. Type in there that you can see this here. I'm going to quit Camtasia. Makes me nervous. We're going to quit it. We aren't going to save anything. Can you all see this? Hopefully, yes. Let me know. Just need one person to chime in and let me know that you can see it, and we'll be good to go. We need the pen. All right, we're good. Good deal. Let's pull up. Where's that little application wizard pen? There it is. Epic Pen. Now we're rolling, man. Look at us. We can actually watch some tape. So they come out in empty, okay? Listen, I've talked about this a little bit. I don't mind the Browns in empty. Baker's a league average quarterback from an empty formation, so I don't hate it. But I don't love starting in empty this deep into your backfield. So they motion out to empty. They obviously unfold. You're getting zone coverage. Anytime the corner goes from the widest man out here and bumps out with the next widest, that definitely means that you're going to get a form of empty. Or sorry, form of zone. I'm not thinking here. So you know immediately you're looking at zone. He has the idea here. At least you're thinking zone. You get some man principles. especially since they're bringing some heat off the edge to the left side. You get man, a little more man than you thought. So what I'm thinking as a quarterback is I got one-on-one matchups all over the field. You can feel out these 5 routes you're getting one-on-one. His eyes initially go left side. You can see here, eyes go left. He wants to throw this little settle route over the middle. Can't throw it because Schobert's hanging all over him. You remember him. Jarvis has a sort of slot fade, which is a nice route. He cuts it off. I'm not sure. Maybe both of them were cutting them off into sort of stop curls right there. You can see him. Jacks cover it well. Unless Baker's eyes go to the right side immediately and he throws his hitch route to the off corner with Chubb, you're not really looking at any open routes here. So Teller gets beat on the inside. On his outside shoulder, loses leverage as they pass off the 3-man side here, and it's a sack. Sometimes the defense wins, man. So this is a situation where the defense brings, just enough to the right side to give a little bit of an angle. This 3-tech is crashing inside. Teller's eyes immediately look at him. Maybe doesn't get in his drop where he needs to get in his drop, and that leads to losing that outside leverage. He's able to beat him there. Baker doesn't have any angle to get out of the pocket. So nice job by the Jags in all reality. And again, this isn't going to be pretty. This is me flipping through Game Pass. If you don't have Game Pass, you should get it. You can watch all of these things from all 22. Again, if you got a question, fire away on any of these questions. We'll talk through any of those you want to clear up, clarify, whatever. So the Browns then run the ball 2 times, have to punt it. This is their next possession. I loved the first. This isn't the first possession. It's the second possession. I love how much they use play action. Love how much they use screen game, which I'm not going to put any screens in here because Baker handles the screen game just fine. But I loved how much they used early down play action. So this is a first down. I believe they got a heck of a kick return. Really great kick return day from Dearness Johnson. Returned this one out to the 45. First down play action. Love it. Boot fake. They run 2 types of these. They run a counter power fake or they run just a natural wide zone naked play action off of it. I love here that they send Jarvis underneath the wide zone blocking, right, as that quick answer. Sometimes they'll put the fullback in and run him. You watch San Francisco, they'll put Kyle Juszczyk right here, slip him, run him under. You've seen them do that ad nauseum. The Browns have done it with Janovich a little bit. But what you're looking for is 3-tiered options, right? You got high, middle, low. If you come out of your boot fake and you notice that nobody's home on that little under route, just give it to him, man. It's an easy yards after catch situation. Would like Hooper to get a little bit better block right here because Schobert's eyes are completely turned. Doesn't really give a great effort there, but good scheme, good play, good job by Baker getting out of there. Nice fake. He's doing a really good job selling fakes. I like him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hard steps, run side, booting back out the opposite direction. Really like to see that. His footwork, play action, much better this year. I had to question it last year at times, but I just don't think there was a hard emphasis on technique stuff last year. So we're seeing more of that this year. So again, 13 personnel, meaning you're getting 1, 2, and a third tight end. All 3 of them linked up right here. 13 personnel, 1 back. Another one, right? They run a screen on a first down earlier, so this is their second play action of the series. And again, high, medium, low concept. They just want to run levels when they come off of these screens. If you're a quarterback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Off your 5th step, right? Get out here, get your head around. You're going to sometimes deal with defensive ends who don't bite that hard. 58 does a nice job here staying home for the most part, putting pressure on Baker. Because if he can get out here, he can really press, that stem or hash corner out here and make it a real tough cover for this free safety. You can even put a burden on this drag route. But you get out, defensive end stays home, get out, drop it off to your tight end who does a nice job. Tight ends are all selling their down block. Sell zone. Njoku does a nice job being the guy who stays home. They always do. If you watch these guys, you'll always notice that they keep a lingering tight end in these situations right over the football. It's always good for me to see. I like that they do that. Keep a lingering tight end right there, right over the ball so that it's an outlet in case you have to stop and regather. But a good job here. Drop it off. Accurate ball. Again, yards after catch, right? Give him the ball. Let him run. I'm sorry these are a little grainy, but when Game Pass loads, the film is sometimes not perfectly clear right off the bat. So It's a little bit unfortunate. Sometimes it clears itself up over time. Next throw, 2nd and 5, down on the goal line, down on the 5-yard line. This is a hell of a throw. So this is what they'll do. They'll sometimes sell split zone, right? So you're selling sort of a tight zone in here. You're still with those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps before you hit your eyes around. See on his 5th step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The eyes come around. Split zone sends your tight end to kick the backside end. Sometimes teams will loop a tight end. Sometimes teams will loop for play action. It's more of a thing with you watch the Ravens run game. Sometimes they'll wham this guy inside. Sometimes they'll send him on split zone to the backside end to cut him. Sometimes they'll send him around, read this defensive end, and have him as a blocker for the pull guy. But here, the Browns use it as either you're kicking this guy or you're going to be there to help him play action. It's a nice job. And what I like here is, Jarvis gets caught in the congestion of the man chasing this fly motion, right? So this outside backer here plays, or I think it's a strong safety who's into the box. 42's a safety for them into the box. He's chasing. It's probably, you could argue that he should get this ball over to Hodge right here. But that's not necessarily the first read per se. So, people get kind of on these videos I post and they'll talk about, hey man, why didn't he throw it to the back off the play action fake? Well, your back isn't the first read off play action fake. You're looking at different route combinations downfield, and then you'll have a check down. So he ends up dropping this off to instead of, maybe you would like him to get his eyes back to Hodge, but his first read's Landry when he comes off this. So he sees Jarvis get caught in the congestion, but he still likes the leverage. And since this leverage situation here has a high side, he knows that he can put this ball on his back shoulder. Baker loves throwing back shoulder throws and can keep it away from him, and it's a good throw. So, yeah, there's an easier route there to a touchdown, but this is a good throw, man, and I'll never argue a good throw in an accurate window, and that's just a hell of a throw out over the top of that safety and away from the corner. Looks like a couple questions. Hooper looks open here deep. I might have missed that play, Mike. I'm sorry, man. That was the play before 2nd and 5, about 5 minutes, first quarter, no biggie. You typically read those high to low, but if you do come around off of those boots and you have a guy right in front of your face wide open, he will drop it. So that'll certainly be a quarterback discretion thing, man. If you come off your fake and you have a guy running either the fullback or the wide receiver leaking underneath or whatever, you can just drop that football off. Eddie, why haven't the Browns run more power spread out of shotgun like the Ravens and his O-line? Running backs are not ideal shotgun runners. Look, I think the Browns have enough talent that they could run from any formation. I've been preaching all season about their need to stop running predictable formations. They need to get in the gun, and they need to run the football more. They have guards who can pull. They have guys who can down block, gap block. So, Eddie, I'm with you, man. I need to see more varied shotgun running. They did a little bit more of it in Jacksonville, but they need to do more of it. And they can also play action fake out of shotgun. I have not seen them. I could be wrong here. I have not seen them run a single play action fake shotgun pass this season. I need to see that. And that's a part of keeping defenses balanced. He did a little of it in Jacksonville last year. I need to see some more of it. I know it's not their bread and butter, but I'm thinking they add that to the playbook as the season goes on. So hopefully that answers your question there, Eddie. We are in the second quarter now, I believe. We are 12:26 in the second quarter. We are looking at another 13 personnel, little flat motion across. Right? We used to call that yak motion. Your Y is your label for your tight end. AC, short for across. Yak motion. Right? So they have their straight drop here. This is just a duo sort of look. Gap down blocking and have your running back pick up anything off the edge. It's very simple protection. 2-on-2, 2-on-2. Right here, right here, right here. Have a guy for anybody rushing through. It's a max protection thing. The Browns do a ton of max protection. They only run two-man routes in those situations. They really want to give their quarterback a clean pocket because they know Baker's far more accurate when throwing from a clean pocket, and they just like to do these, and that's simplifying it for your quarterback, less things to read, and giving him a clean situation in the pocket. Hell of a pickup by your running back here, stonewalling him. Down at the bottom of the screen, you get a takeoff, little hitch and go. Some people call that stutter and go and stop. So, right, he's selling the stutter and go. Excuse me. Gets to this landmark, hits it back 18 to 15, and this is a hell of a throw from the quarterback. You'll see from the end zone angle, it's right on the sideline. You teach quarterbacks, man, low and away on the sideline. That helps your receiver. And really, Taywan Taylor, who has not had a single target all season, right? And you'll see this fake and think, well, this looks ugly. Well, it's if Chubb notices somebody coming off the edge here, he's gonna abort the run route, and he's gonna pick up that edge threat. So he notices 28, 26, tough to read these jerseys, 26 coming off the edge here. He aborts the play action course and just picks him up, right? Baker calmly step up, slide right, and he puts this thing right where it needs to be. It's a great throw. You'd like to see Taywan catch those as the season wears on. I'm sure he will, but a good throw there in that situation. Now, this is something they did in Minnesota a lot last year. They would motion this running back, short chop step sideways, and get him to the flat right now. Did that with Dalvin Cook a lot. All it is just spacing concept. You're trying to get 5 equal levels of the field covered, and they're running just a quick hitch here, a little arrow hitch from 85 and a flat route, and you're just reading it. Now, I'm not sure what Baker's missing from throwing this ball to Njoku. His eyes should be here right now. He's getting no pressure. There's no blitz. Clearly, the read side's his left side. This is something Baker's got to clean up is how he's able to handle under center passing when things are really in his face. When you're under center, you're trying to get away from the line of scrimmage to open up your vision. He's got to get more comfortable here because this ball should be on 85 right now. And if he's not comfortable throwing to 85, what does he have coming into his next window right here? Right? He's got to be able to see 1 to 2. He's lingering too long on this divide route down the middle of the field, and he misses 2 good options. Now, fortunately, he gets out, gets close to the line of scrimmage. He doesn't take a sack here, but if you watch it, boom, the ball should be right here right now. I don't know if this tackle is in his line of sight. He can't see it like he needs to see it, but he needs to be able to throw this football to 85 right now to the read side. He's lingering too long, and you can't see it, but, with Teller burying this inside tech here, man, you got to throw this square in at the top of the screen. So we wait too long, and he has to get out of the pocket, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Thoughts on Baker Dewar working from the pocket more instead of bailing like he did a lot at the beginning of last year? It's far less than last year. He's doing more in the pocket, but we're still seeing a little bit of those bail tendencies that we just saw right there. Not that was a perfect pocket, but he needs to be able to deliver that football when he has 2 open options in front of him. So now we're looking at 13 personnel, 1 tight end is your X down here. Jags heat up the left side. They overload a little bit of a late blitz. This is a mesh concept. So we talk about mesh concept. We need to get the pen out here. So this is one that Baker has got to get better at seeing. I don't know if we want pen, marker. I don't know. We'll give it hell. So as we go here, you're just going to get a mesh. He has to be able to see. And I believe we're getting something along these lines right here. You're going to get something here. You're probably going to get something here. I'm guessing. I haven't looked at the scheme. But what you're doing is reading these 2 insides here. Do you get a natural rub? Do you get man-to-man? Can you beat somebody who's chasing you? Can you throw open somebody who's covering in zone? You need to look at it. If they jump down and play both of these mesh routes, you have a nice little curl come open here in the middle. Sometimes you used to call this the Eagles. Chip Kelly used to run this mesh concept all the time. Very popular form of mesh. So let's see. Oh, how do I get out of this now? Man, I am rusty. We're still in it. This is embarrassing. How do we get out of it? There it is. I was right. You get a takeoff. Look, this is just what I was saying. You get a takeoff. This guy is getting run by his man. If he doesn't get stopped up by his man, he's definitely going to be able to get to the middle of the field and run that curl. But what you would like for Baker to see as they're heating up the left side, watch 85. He's part of your original read. All you got to do is drop it to him. He's running 10, 15, 20 yards. Drop it to him, man. Don't make the game more difficult than it already is. They're bringing that pressure. They're not wheeling anybody out from the backside. Believe what you see and throw it to him. He's wide open. Now, he gets out of the pocket, makes a hell of a throw to Hodge, who does a nice job, Kadariel does here, of realizing that Baker's in scramble drill. But you'll see it here. Watch 85. He beats Miles Jack off the line and beats him down the line right now. Just give it to him, right? At this moment, just give it to him. Yes, sometimes the height, Jace, does cause him to miss early windows, man. There's no doubt about it. He doesn't feel comfortable sitting in and trusting this right here. He doesn't see this window. He hasn't kicked back or away. He doesn't see the window to throw to 85 here. He misses it. But again, does a nice job, and give him credit where credit's due. He gets out of the pocket on the run with a guy getting into his line of sight and drops it to him. Drops it to Hodge for a first down. So it's a big throw. Just make the game easier on yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing, is make the game as easy on yourself as you possibly can. I need a drink of water soon. All right, still same drive. Still in 13 personnel, 3 wide receivers, right? 1, 2, 3. Tight end in that little wing alignment. And this is a run play. And sometimes when you're making these films, you include a run play, unfortunately. That's silly. I am so sorry. So now we get a play. All right, this is a fun one. This is a really fun one. Okay? So, the Browns run these levels concepts so much, and defenses see them, so often, that they get into predicting that the quarterback after his boot fake side, you probably saw Dan Orlovsky break this one down. You see the quarterback after, they run so many of these, you get a comeback, get a level concept over here. It could be even shorter. Could be a hitch, something short. You're trying to get a level concept. You get a drag or an over route here, occupying. So what you'll see teams do so often, and I should hang on a second, they'll send him inside like he's running his typical post corner, but instead they'll send him back inside away from the grain and use an occupy. Instead of using 1/3 of the field, you use the entire field. So this is a really fun scheme. So if we take this junk out, you'll see what the burden that this puts on the second half of the Jaguars defense. Let me see if I can get out of this thing again. I did it like a grown-up. All right, so does a good job selling it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out. Look how well that play fake holds the entire. Look at that front side of the defense. That's pretty great. Get back here, set up at the tight end area, kind of always working back to your tight end area. And look at this safety at the top of the field, man. You think this guy up here is not cheating over top? Watch what happens. Think that free safety's not cheating to the corner? He falls. It's tough to defend. They ran it against the Colts earlier this year. I believe they ran it against the Bengals at home. It's a tough route to defend. It's a tough throw as well. It takes time, takes patience to get out of there and trust it, as you'll see here. But it's a good route. It's a good route combination. Good scheme to use the whole field when you go away from some of your tendencies. Good route. And that's a tough throw, and it's a good catch. It's a really good catch. That's a run. All right, now we're into the good stuff. Just a little out and up from under center out here, thinking they can get this high side corner in motion to bite on the out route that they like to run from under center. He does not get there in time. He does bite, but he actually does a good job of playing it to the top of the screen. Ideally, you would come away from this. Maybe look to read backside. We have a dig working here, but hey, put it where he can get it. Sometimes you can get this flag when he gets touched here in the end zone. Sometimes you won't. They didn't get that flag here, so you live to fight another down. Defense is going to win too. They get paid money as well. This one probably deemed uncatchable, too far out of bounds. That's why this ref shaking his head. Even though Jarvis could technically go up, get his feet down, it looks to this official here like it's way too far out of bounds to even be remotely playable. So you see him shake his head. Be like that sometimes. All right, so this is the play before the one that everyone's talking about, the social media uproar. Just a speed out concept. You have a takeoff from number one out here, and you have a rolling 5 to 7 for number 2. If he's open, this is more of a 3 to 5. If he's open right now, throw it to him. It's what he does. If the quarterback's throwing it, you can be like, well, why didn't he throw this? Well, this corner is able to sit. This corner is able to sit on both of these routes with the time it takes to roll to it. So, if he's open right now, get it to him. It's 3rd and short. It's a cheap, easy first down. Just enough, 3 yards to get the first down. It's a good shot. It's a little high. I would like it to be a little bit more accurate. Right? It's a little high, but good catch. It'll work. All right. So this is the one everyone's talking about. It's just simple pick concept, man. Like, I really don't have an excuse for what Baker's looking at or doing here, other than he just misses it. And sometimes guys miss things. It's kind of a stock fade, and all it is a stock little arrow route underneath it. You're looking for a natural pick. These two numbnuts here, 1 and 2, just go with it right now. And there's just nobody home. There's no middle of the field backer. You have the threat of this drop. You have the threat of this drop. But after the play, and you even get a backside Texas route that you also see wide open. But, there's nobody in the middle of the field here. So I'm sure Baker will be upset. I'm sure he's already watched the film. I would hope he's already watched the film. And he's upset about this play. But it is what it is, right? Like, you miss it all, man. Like, these two chase the Njoku seam. Jarvis' speed out. There's nobody home here, and there's nobody home there. I think Baker just he predetermined a little bit, and when he predetermined, he got hop-steppy about making this throw to Higgins, and the timing's off from the wide receiver who's slowing down in the window. See him start to throttle it down a little bit. He's thrown wide open, and then when you're fighting to throw this football with your hips wide open, it can sail on you. And he has no way to step into it because he slid left unnecessarily, and it just sails. It's tough, man. You can't miss those. And there's a few of these that Kevin Stefanski, I could tell on the sidelines, pretty bummed about because they schemed open touchdowns, man. So the mechanics are fine right here if he's going to throw it. Everything's in line. The window's open. Hips, feet, everything. Just he gets locked on the fade for some reason. Or it is possible, it is within the realm of possibility that as he's going to throw this, he sees this fella here get his hands up. I think there could be some of this. Because his head never wavers from Higgins, if you watch it. I know that you can see both of these guys in this angle. It just doesn't seem like his head wavers too much. So it's possible he sees that he wants to throw in this window, but as he starts to gear up to throw, he feels this D tackle getting his arms up and just doesn't want to throw in that window. So he tries to throw the next window. And when he tries to throw the next window, he gets sloppy. If you can't throw this window, I would love to see him when you can see him double pump here, 1-2, to just slide his feet. Know that there's nobody home. Look at Kareem. There's nobody home for either. He could have thrown this ball 15 feet in the air and he could have underhanded this thing. He could have lobbed it underhanded, and it would have still been a completion. And that's how few people were in the middle of the field. So, it's not good. It's a bad miss. But he did have a chance to make up for it on the next play. This is the one that bums me, is it's a speed out. All you got to do is just roll out left. He's been doing this since Lake Travis, Texas, high school. Just put it on him, because if you put it on him accurately right here, he has a chance to reach the football over for a touchdown. So you're compounding a mistake with another mistake. I'm sorry the video's so grainy. It's not great. Maybe we can get a little better angle here. The end zone view can sometimes get cleaner. If you put it on him right here, he's got a chance to reach out and score this touchdown, but it's high. So, that's 2 layups that have been missed. Layups are easy throws that he's missed. I still think we're in the second quarter, late in the second quarter. The good thing I liked here is after that frustrating field goal where he missed a couple big throws, he came back. He rallied and made some great throws on this drive. So we're just looking at 12 personnel. Yeah, we're looking at we're looking at 11. 11 personnel, three wide receivers, 1 back, 1 tight end. Selling wide zone, booting back. Sometimes they'll do this wide zone where they won't specifically boot back all the way. They'll throw same side. They'll set up deep in the backfield. See how he sets up almost straight back? You get a nice pocket formed here. Right to the top of the screen, you're just getting a deep angled corner and then underneath it, right, you're getting that 15-yard, 15 to 20 out. He hits it at 15, rolls to 20, and this is just a fantastic throw. If we can get it to play. It's like, this is as good as it gets, man, coming off play action, dropping it into a small bucket. What kind of concepts have we not seen yet this year that you'd like our personnel to thrive in? I mean, I would like them to do as much of – I don't really mind what they're doing, Eddie. I think that what they're doing is fine. I do think they could get more tight end screens. I think they could get more running back screens going. I think they could get more from the gun in terms of quick hitters to their tight ends. But I don't really have a general complaint. I think they're for the most part playing fine with their group, their personnel. I'd like some more league concepts, some more creativity here and there, but I would be remiss to just complain about how they're using them. That's just, but again, man, that's a great throw. Great throw, great catch. Same drive, 2nd and 6 here. Saw that short motion here that sometimes teams, when they're trying to balance numbers and run duo schemes and tight boxes, they'll send this wide receiver motion quick to go hit a player. It's a good thing to do when you're running play action sometimes because it breaks run tendencies. All they do, again, levels. Take off by number 1 out here, drag by your tight end to the top of the screen, over top, turns into an over route, deep. And you have an underneath. This time, instead of Landry running behind the line of scrimmage, he just runs it shallow right there, right near the line of scrimmage. And this is the second layup that he misses, man. 2nd and 6. He's just got to give it to him. He's got to be accurate with it. He's frustrated. Jarvis is frustrated. Everyone is. Great play fake. Look how well he extends the football and gets both of these backside defenders to bite. It's great. Just give it to him, man. Just give him a good accurate throw. Never want to see yourself in that position right there because that's when you know you screwed up. So frustrated, but the good thing is, again, just like earlier, I think when he's missed some, he responds with a good accurate throw on 3rd and 6, right? They know they're getting a form of man. Well, man free. They're bringing the Will backer here, right? So they're bringing 6 total, bringing 2 backers. Got to find a passing window. You got to find it quick. Question there from Jace. Why is he missing high so frequently? High is his miss, man. I think he drops his elbow a little bit underneath the football. Sometimes he doesn't bring that natural whip at the top of his arm slot, and I think sometimes his elbow drives under it, and he misses high. Like, everybody has a miss, and I think for Baker, his miss is missing high. It's how well he can keep that thing in check because he misses high more often than you would like him to. I'm not very comfortable with how often that happens. He's got to just continue to fight to clear it up. But I liked here, you get a drag or a little cross route. I don't know, different playbooks deem that a different name. Drag from your tight end, and then you get a angle route from number 80 here. Selling outside, getting back inside. You got to find the passing window as a quarterback. I like that Baker kind of bends his arm around this a little bit. As he gets more comfortable in pockets, more and more reps, he knows he directly can't see Jarvis that well, but he knows he's got an arm slot window here. And watch, you can see his body lean. See his body lean so his head can see it, right? That's great stuff. It's good stuff you want to see from a shorter quarterback finding passing windows. You got to go window to window sometimes on those things. I think it's early goal here. It might be 1st and goal from the 9. It is. A little motion from 12 personnel, 2 tight. Actually, looks like they're in 13 personnel. So you get a shift into a motion to rotate Harrison Bryant into the backfield. Straight play action. We talked about this earlier, almost that duo-like play action. We'll have your running back pick up the edge. You get your fullback, 88, who's technically a tight end, leak into the flat. You get your route concepts, and you just get a little corner route, right? Little corner route. Corner's playing man-to-man technique at the top of the screen. He's going to turn. Is this safety and whatever coverage they're playing here, cover 3, whatever. Not entirely sure what they're doing here. Can he just out leverage him to the corner here, right? You come off of it, see the safety hovering inside. 36 isn't going to be a factor. You can beat this invert defender there. It's an easy throw and catch. First read, throw and catch, good touchdown. You like to see it. Question is, have I seen it all season that Baker needs to learn the soft touch, though, meaning if you have a wide receiver? Yeah, I agree. Jack. That's a good point, man. He has got to learn he doesn't have to bullet throw short, easy throws, man. He does not have to throw it through them. Just lob it into their hands sometimes. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I mean, here again, that's a great throw. So to answer your question, Jack, yeah, he's got to learn that as he continues to play. He does not have to rifle everything in. I think this is the first play of the second half. Not a ton of second half passes here. Again, levels, man. You get this leak tight end who goes off his block. He always slides to him as a late answer. I like that on this play. I know Harrison Bryant had a rough game, but he notices that the Mike backer has beat him to the spot. He's not going to get over top. So settle down into that window. It's good to see. Now, the fumble is not good to see, obviously, but I liked the communication aspect of that play and having the understanding that I don't need to keep running this route. And Baker, too, he doesn't need to keep running this route to the sideline. Settle into that window, and Baker does a good job on the move, hitting him in the chest. You just don't want to see a fumble there. So still very high on Harrison Bryant. Man, he's a rookie. He's got to clean it up, though. This is a situation that keeps happening to him on whether it's a screen or whether it's some of these play action fakes where the backside end doesn't bite very hard. He's got to understand that if he is not outside the tackle box, throw it into the ground. You have options right here that you can count for. Throw it into the ground. He's got to stop taking these unnecessary – you can't just throw it away in the tackle box. It's intentional grounding. You got to know the rule, man. You can't chuck it into the stands when you're inside the tackle box. They're going to call that every single time. It's now 2nd and 21. I know that there's a guy in your face here, but you can put the ball at 85's feet. You can put the ball into the ground, or you can throw it, you just got to know, or you got to you got to find a way to get around him. Listen, it's not easy. 59 here is crashing into his face, but you got to be able to figure out a way not to take intentional grounding there. So be a little bit more patient, extend it. This is a good 3-play stretch here. It's the first time I've seen them run Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield at the same time, not in a pistol look, split look here in the backfield out of the gun. They're just running a similar concept they ran out of empty earlier, where you're getting two, I don't know, they're not curls because they're not really, they are a little bit. I guess you could call the outside guys curls. They drive back to the football with 2 swing routes out of the backfield and a settle hitch right over the ball. Personally, I'd like Baker to have a feel for these swing routes being an immediate option. I know it's 2nd and 21, but with how hard these guys are bailing, I just would drop it off to 27 or 24 right now and let them make a play in space. They're going to make a guy miss. They make a guy miss in run game all the time. Now, I know you want to drive the football downfield here and you're getting a little pressure off your left side, but just know that when they're playing soft, flat coverage, man, whether that's curl flat or whether that's corners in the flat, that you can let your running backs make plays for you. There's nothing wrong with checking it down and letting your running backs make plays for you. He gets there eventually, but later than you would like him to, and Nick is really kind of forced into 3 guys being in his face. How much has losing Odell changed the play calls concept? They've banned the deep threat. They don't have a deep threat as good as Odell, but the offenses remain the same. I haven't seen any substantial changes. They push the ball down the field the same way with Odell they would have with Odell against Philly, a couple long routes downfield. I haven't seen really any change at all, to be honest. They lost a really good receiver. That's the only thing. They're still sending their guys downfield. Nice route at the top of the screen. I think this is Higgins in at X. He sells the corner route. Once he sells the corner route, watch this hop step that happens here. And he's able to leave this window open, and Baker drives it in. He's right there, man. Very close to a first down. So I really like the route there. It's a good throw, too. A lot of zip on this throw to get it into him. So that leaves you with the 4th and 1. I'm not crazy about the 4th and 1 call. I like play action, but I'd like to be a little bit more committed to our linemen selling it. It's a play action that favors the pass. You see the linebacker, Schobert, does not bite very hard. It does get 44 here, but if you're only sending 2 guys out on the route, which you're only sending Njoku on a little over route here, and you're sending Hodge on a out, up, and stop, you gotta get one of them open. Luckily, Baker's able to hold on to this long enough and really delivers a strike right on the sideline. This is a hell of a throw. It's probably his 2nd best, maybe his 3rd best. I don't know. He had some pretty good throws in this game, but this hanging on to this, sliding, and finding a way to deliver that football right on the sideline is a great throw in a pressure situation on 4th and 1. So kudos to him. That's a really good throw because that's the only option. You're seeing that a lot on those 2-man play action schemes. Now, this was a big 3rd down, a 3rd and 3. Again, you're getting mesh. I talked about mesh earlier. You're getting it again here. Pay attention to who's running the mesh. You're getting mesh from your number 1 tight end, and you're getting mesh from Jarvis. It's a little different look. Okay? So let's go over what you have going on here, what your thought process is as a quarterback, if you identify you're getting man or zone or whatever. Okay, so I believe this is your first mesh guy. This is your second mesh guy. You're getting a stem corner here, and then you're getting this tight end as your sitting curl over the football in case the zone vacates. Now, if you're getting man, you got what's called a rail route. Okay? You're selling like you might be going outside, but instead of doing a full flat and doing what's called a wheel route, you're just running the inside shoulder course outside and you're just pushing it upfield. If you get a linebacker coming over the top covering you, that's a win, man. You should throw that football to him right away. Baker gets to him, but it's late. So the Jags are in man free with a little bit of a lurk here. So they're gonna lurk and knock down. They're getting single high coverage, and then this guy has no man. He's just kind of hovering, reading, and he's gonna knock down the mesh route from Landry. He's gonna sit on it, take it away, so it's never open. It's a great coverage with a man in the low hole here to take away mesh. So as you watch it unfold, and we can go back to the big screen here, Baker's eyes are on this right now. He wants to throw it right now because he thinks he's open, which he is. If he throws it right now, though, just like in the Dallas game, if you recall, he gets crushed. He's smart about that. He comes back to his mesh, but as you see him come back to the mesh, he gets panicky. He's got a clean pocket. He doesn't need to do anything. Steps up, drives forward. And if he was just a little bit more patient and knew that, Kareem Hunt's running by Schobert, he could deliver this ball on a line while in the pocket with set feet and have a chance to complete it. Instead, he's running forward and he lobs it. And again, he could have run forward and run for this first down on 3rd and 3, but runs forward and lobs it and puts his man in a no-win situation. So he's got to be able to see this right away, what he needs to do, and really know the second-level patience it needs, right? So as he's coming here and he knows he can't throw the rail because if he throws it to him right here, he's not running a flat route. He's running a rail, so it's vertical off of this. He can't throw him right now. He's going to get him crushed. So just be a beat more patient. Let him get by, which he's obviously going to. He's a much more athletic player. And put this ball on a line right into the 10-yard line, man, and it's a touchdown. It's a chance to be a touchdown. So that was an opportunity missed to me. Just be patient here, though. I don't know why he's panicking here. Doesn't have to panic, man. Jed has nobody threatening him. 96 or whatever, 98 is just hopping around over here. Just a little bit too much juice in this, and I don't know why he felt the need to freak out and run up. And just be patient, man. Be calm and collected in the pocket. So the Browns end up getting down, running the football, getting it down to the 2-yard line in a little goal line scheme. They send Hooper to the corner right now and just run a Texas route by 88, Brian, out of the backfield. He's a fullback lineman here. Run a Texas route, and he's open, puts it on him. This is a good throw. Good play action fake, good sell, right? It's open, should be a touchdown. Should have been his 3rd of the day. Unfortunately, it gets dropped at the finish line. Again, tough day for Harrison Bryant. Has to be better. Question there. Is he getting told to hammer it or run it in films? I don't know what you mean there, Jace. Hammer it as in throw it or run it, or what do you mean there? Help me out, man. To let me know. So now this is a big situation in the 4th quarter. So if you look at the scoreboard here, it's 27-19, 11 minutes left. They're back on the 1-yard line. So the rail route to Hunt, is he told to hammer? Yeah, listen, I don't mind him throwing that rail route. He's just got to throw it with better pace, and he's got to throw it at the right time. He missed it. So at that point, I'm just telling him, man, if he wanted to run it, he could have. He's panicking running forward, and it's not going to be an act. It makes it a more challenging throw when he's running forward. So, that situation, if he stays collected, he has a better chance of completing it. But when he's running forward and panicking, it becomes a harder throw on the run, and that's why he overthrows him, and that's why it ends up getting him crushed at the goal line. So down here on the 1 yard line, 2nd and 11, the Browns had run once, lost yards. They had run for about 7 yards and got a holding call. So they're now back on the 1 yard line, right? So it looks like they're in 12 personnel. 2 tight ends. You're getting these corner stops again from the left side, the bottom side of your screen. You're getting a corner from the top side, a post from the top side. This is just a great throw. I don't even think Jarvis was expecting it. You can see it better from the end zone view. Great coverage, but sometimes a good throw and, the ability to catch the football in a tight window, right, is unstoppable. This is as tight a window. I mean, look at this down here. He's hanging all over. Look at the catch point. It's ridiculous. And it's not like Baker doesn't have 58 barreling down into his face either. So pretty ridiculous, man. That was one of the more impressive completions on the day. That was a run. Another run. They ran it well late in this game. I think we come back to the play that I ended up missing here. Hang on. Bear with me. It's a 2nd and 8 throw here. 12 personnel. You got 88 and 85 in here in the 2 inside positions. So you get linebackers on the field. Right, you're getting a hitch and a dig over top of that with a flat route to the top. You'll see Chubb on the flat route. He's got 3 tiered options. He can throw 85 right now if he wants to. 47 is driving on it. He does a nice job of knowing that if Schobert drives on Njoku right here, nobody's in the middle of the field. Put it on him. Jarvis does a nice job of leaking this back out, reversing field and getting away from it, right? Good eyes, good patience in the pocket here. It's very collected. Reads it. It's a good ripped throw, accurate. It's a good job by Jarvis to get up and finish it. We don't have many more throws. I think we might only have this 4th and 1 throw left. We'll see. Yeah, this one's frustrating. I mean, it's 4th and 1. I like the call. I think this might be 3rd and 1. They get to the 4th and 1 where they run it next. So 3rd and 1, this is a common scheme, man. All you do is you sell down blocks here, down block everywhere. Sell this power run game inside, the duo scheme that is so common. But instead, you just leak out the back to the flat. If you recall, the Jaguars did this to the Browns on 4th and 1 and threw it to James Robinson for a 14-yard gain. Same thing here, man. This invert defender doesn't even run with him. Give it to him right now. I don't really know what Baker's looking at and waiting on. He's real late on this. Ball. He's got him out leveraged. It's 3rd and 1. He might even score here. If you give it to him right now and it's in stride, he's got a chance to run up the sideline, get a block right here, and have a chance to make a play and score, at least getting a 15-yard gain. We're hanging on to it way too late, and then it gets thrown behind him. And you can see Stefanski's reaction over here with this ball being incomplete, because you can't dial up a better scheme for your team. You can see Stefanski walk away in disgust. His head down. It was really frustrating. This is one of the layups. This is one of the layups that you just have to complete at the NFL level, man. I don't know why he's running out here and his eyes are inside. I think Bryant's there, but your first read is the back and the flat, and there's nothing telling you that he's not open. So I don't know why your eyes are drifting inside here. I have no great answer for it. I know what you're saying there, Jace. Like, I just don't. I've never seen this scheme run where that's not his first read. It's too hard to in the timing of this thing, how quickly you have to get it out to your back to not have it be your first read. So really frustrating. You can see the whole sideline is like, what the hell? Anyway, they overcome it, and I think that might be it for the day. Yeah, it is. Maybe. No, they had this late boot fake on the last drive. They pick up a first down on it. Right, if they get out on this boot, you got your 3-tiered. They actually do run the leak concept here. Watch the leak at the top of the screen. I didn't even notice it until just now. That's a touchdown throw. If he wanted to, I mean, he doesn't even look that way. I don't mind it here, man. It's the end of the game situation. You do have to hold on to the football though. Second and short change, you have to hold on to the ball for sure. So, but other than that, it's there's nothing front side. That backside league is open, but I don't have a problem with him running it and sliding and staying in bounds. Other than you can't fumble. Yeah, we won't show the screens. I mean, he completed all of them. They're very simple screen throws. He threw 2 to Nick, and then he threw 1 to Hooper. So that's a wrap. Listen, I think we've been here for an hour. I'm sorry the start of this delayed. Won't happen again. Hopefully you guys who subscribers enjoyed this. There are 37, 38, 40 people at times. I hope we can grow it for our subscribers. This is a fun discourse situation here. If you have questions, go to the Ask the Insider section. I will answer any questions you have on any of this stuff. Any questions you have, I'll get to it. I'll answer them. No matter what the situation was, just ask me. I'll answer them. I appreciate you guys joining. This has been a lot of fun, and I hope to continue to grow this. We'll see if we can keep growing it over time, and I appreciate you guys coming along for the thought process of this. So thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate you. Go to the Insider section if you want any questions answered. Pop in my, any. You can direct message me through the OBR too. You can do that if you like. So fun stuff. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate you joining us. Tell your subscriber friends, man. We can get more people here, more discourse going. And we might be able to gear these and do some more defense and other things too over time if you guys are interested in that too. So let me know. Thanks for joining us. Go Browns. See you guys soon.